Well, I'm young and stupid, and I'm young and stupid. Oh, to be old and wise, to be comfortable with the prospect of my own demise.
Thinking about the end of life, not surprisingly, scares me a little, no matter how far off it may be.
I don't believe.
Taking you must be.
Oh,
Just days.
Hey, Jody.
But my grandmother, Edie, has been remarkably comfortable with talking about her own death, even now at age 86.
How's it going?
Good.
Good to see you. How was your
It's
drive?
really good to see you.
So she's up in Nova Scotia to talk to her kids about it, which is why I drove for 15 hours through the night to join them.
Yeah, I slept great last night.
I haven't heard too much from you.
Maybe it would help me confront my own fear.
Do you have the what I sent you?
A copy, yeah. Should I have that
Well, it
available here?
might be handy. I don't know. Did it raise any questions for you?
If you're walking around town and you pass out,
Yeah.
would you like us to call an ambulance?
If I pass out and somebody determines that my heart has stopped, in other words, cardiac arrest, then do not call the ambulance.
But there are mild heart attacks.
Being in my
Congestive
early 20s,
heart failure,
these kinds of
which is
conversations were completely
Yeah.
foreign to
Yeah.
me.
And, you know, a mild heart attack.
If I passed out, of course I would want someone to call an ambulance.
You don't know until you
I
get there.
know, yeah,
But if
it's
you-
hard to know.
Yeah. I
But it
guess
wasn't
if
that
you're
simple for my grandmother.
not-
What's likely to happen? Well, I don't know what's really likely to happen. I could begin to degenerate mentally and slide into early stages of Alzheimer's and
These
on
conversations
down
are also
that
pretty
road.
uncomfortable for Uncle Bones and Aunt Jody.
I want the capability, if I still have it together enough here, to refuse food and fluid and get out of this life as soon as possible.
I mean, if everything else is reasonably normal, you may be having difficulty getting around. But then you say, when I experience irreversible bowel and bladder incontinence, that to me is part and parcel of getting older. I don't think it's listed in the right places when I'm saying it.
It could be. Maybe I should move it around. God help me. I think
And Terry will have the hard time because you're the one that
oldest.
wants to extend life to its limits.
If you're essentially fine and fully competent and thinking about things, and you say, well, this is my time to die, that sounds like suicide.
I think of refusing food and fluid as taking control over the timing of an event that's going to take place no matter what. Death is as much a part of life as being born. It's just a part of one's existence.
Yeah, I agree. But
And
something
so-
tells me that when you get there, there might be other thoughts going through your mind if you're cognizant.
Yeah, well,
Maybe
you're
that's-
right. I mean, those thoughts
Yeah.
have gone through my mind already.
Yeah.
And all I can say is I hope that I'm enough at peace with myself and the kind of life that I've lived that I can accept the end of this life without getting into a state of depression or agony or fear or...
Listening to this conversation, I'm glad I'm not in my aunt and uncle's position. But it reminds me, I will be when it comes time for my parents.